myself price. And there we go. Wonderful. Alright, last time we had a cliffhanger where you were fighting against Miss Hartfield and she revealed that she had Oni to back her up.
Yep.
They're huge, grotesquely horned warriors and one extremely huge panda bear.
Yes.
Who
That's
ended...
in front of Freya.
Yes.
Because why not?
Alright. You've saved so
So
far...
beautiful. So beautiful.
So far you've saved like 34 test dummies through efforts of keeping Miss Hartfield in check as best as you can. Now keep in mind, Lily, you still have 2 holds that you can spend by your phoning home ability.
Yep, I need to... I had plans for that, but it hasn't been in a situation where I should be using them. That's the problem, but yeah. Okay.
You also, as a team, get a +1 if you fight her, Miss Hartfield in a one-on-one. You also have a +1 if you can trap her or try to trap her in a ray shield. And if you, I guess you already repaired the vehicle, but if you need to repair it again, you're also going to get a +1. Or, I guess, yeah, any vehicle in the field, really.
Yes.
Okay.
Like mine. But my bike is fine, so.
Your bike is still fine, indeed. Alright, where do we start the spotlight? Why not start the spotlight at Freya? That big panda comes charging at you. Like a sumo wrestler trying to grapple you. What do?
Freya's going to charge at him and pull her shoulder down and get ready, directly engage him and prepare to basically catch him on her shoulder and flip him over her.
Alright, let's see how that works out. Go for it. Roll for it.
Boop, 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 boop.
Isn't she currently carrying a test dummy?
Yeah, she can use her other shoulder. She doesn't need both hands to carry dummies.
That is true. It just means that this could go bad.
No, it would never go bad.
Alright, a 9, a hit. Wonderful. Choose one from the list there. Resist
She
or
will
avoid the
resist
blow.
his.
Okay.
She will resist/avoid his blow by he has himself ready, and she just kind of flips him over her shoulder to get to the van.
Alright, you flip him over your shoulder and he starts rolling into a building, smashing a panda-sized hole in it.
Right.
You make it to the vehicle. At the same time, we see one of the Oni breathing really deeply, sucking up all the air, and especially sucking up Jack along with the air. And then she spits him out into a huge bottle. Foomp, and puts a cork on it.
Right.
That's our excuse why Jack isn't, available to you at the moment.
Excellent.
He's trapped like a genie.
He is the genie.
Of course, if you are the heroes that you are, you should probably help your teammate. Who could try and help him?
Well, we probably should. Maybe.
I know that Chaos is still face to face with Miss Hartfield, who has blue-ish glowing eyes. And she seems very intent to continuing to fight with you.
Yeah. She can't use her powers though still.
Indeed, she cannot, though she seems strong and hard as iron, even without her hero powers.
Why did you have to absorb iron before?
Indeed, she tried to, that happened last season.
Remember when she tried to when she tried to fix her broken ribs?
Indeed.
Yep.
She ended up replacing all of her bones with metal.
Yep.
That pretty much leaves Lily or Keith.
Well,
I have my mission. Save as many people as human-ishly possible.
Yes.
Yeah, as
See?
humanly possible.
Yes.
Because saving people is a
Oh.
human thing to do, and I like doing
Oh.
human things like a normal human girl does.
Wait,
Exactly.
how big is that bottle?
About like a wine casket, like the ancient Roman wine bottles. That's about big.
Right. I'm gonna spend a burn then to use Snatch.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Tell us
Spend
what
one
happens.
yes. What happened is that Keith stands and concentrates on the Uni's hand where she's holding the bottle in,
Okay.
and then it suddenly, burst into flames. The hand.
She yelps and lets the bottle go, of course.
Yes. And then the bottle also get engulfed in flames, but instead of, burning, it's, flies toward Keith and he grabs it in his hand.
Nice. Okay. You're now holding the bottle and it's surprisingly heavy.
Get!
A group of 3 Oni swinging blunt maces charge towards you to try and smack it. Smack you, perhaps, like someone would do in baseball.
Alright. Then you said 3 Yonis.
Yes, 3 indeed, from different directions. They're at least
Ah,
twice your
goddammit.
size in scale.
From different directions. That was annoying.
One of them yells, "A free cocoa to whoever brings me..." I think we're not allowed to take his head. One of them pauses and thinks, and the other looks at him. No, we're just supposed to hurt him a little. No hurting at all, the third one says. We're supposed to just scare them.
Keith is just like...
Villain
"Wait, what?"
henchmen do. They stop and
just,
argue a bit.
And just, as he just kind of panic, and he's gonna use another burn to use his ability mode.
Okay, nice.
What happened is that some really fierce flames appear around a meter away from him and makes a large circle around him.
Okay.
And if they try to get through, for some reason, they can't. It's like they can't go through the flames. And that was one burn more. Well, that was quick. I used those burns.
Yes, indeed. They look a bit... Whoa. Oh, God, that's hot. And then they sit down and take out sausages, put them on their clubs, and roast them over the fire.
What the heck is going on here?
Well, of course, they seem more motivated by their empty stomach. How undisciplined.
Yes.
Alright.
What the
Lily.
hell had...
Yeah. Actually, you know what? You're still kind of in the circle, and the Oni are just camping around you.
Or are these strange earth creatures? I mean, completely normal humans. Yes, what are these strange human things?
Yeah, who do you say that to, Lily?
I think I was just what are those? I haven't seen any human like that before.
Alright. I think Freya, since you just jumped to the truck and Lily is there near with you, she asked that to you, Freya. What do you answer?
She'll shrug. Keep getting people.
Okay.
Okay. You've saved a lot of civilians. Both Lily and Freya, give me another D20.
That can end up being many.
God damn it!
Oh dear!
Wow.
Well, not as many as expected, because they're getting harder to find.
Yeah.
Wait. Remind me, what are you using to locate them again?
I mean, I'm probably
My sense of smell.
Yeah, I'm probably just trying to use my sensors, which is a problem, seeing as they're not human. But yeah.
Oh. Okay. Freya, you smell something that smells like hot chocolate coming from one of the buildings to the left.
No.
She's trying to walk forward, but she feels a bit sluggish and her tail's starting to wag.
Oh dear. Alright. Lily, you notice that your companion is slowing down for no apparent reason.
What's wrong, Freya? Everything okay?
It's fine. I don't need sweets. I'm an adult. I'm totally an adult. Gotta
Okay.
keep getting people. Ugh.
Let's have a look at.
Join the dark
I
side.
mean, you should totally
Have chocolate.
work to clear your conditions. You know, if you, for example, had hopeless, could fling yourself into some easy relief. Or, of course, you could power through and, you know, risk getting knocked out by taking too many conditions.
I am going to roll a flat 2d6.
Sure, totally.
See if she can power through. She cannot. She flinging herself into the chocolatey goodness. She'll go see if she can bum some hot cocoa off the Oni.
Of course.
Alright. Freya, you gotta get these dummies out of here first. Then you're gonna see and probably come back for Freya or check if any of the others need your help.
Yeah.
Alright. Freya, you walk into the building and follow the smell of the cocoa, and there is one large red Oni sitting with it, which is a huge casket of cocoa, and she's hugging a test dummy, and she seems to be singing a drunken sailor song with it.
Of course.
How are you gonna get the dummy out away from the drunken Oni? She hasn't noticed you yet.
How is she drunk from cocoa?
Keep in mind, ever since 5 years ago, Mr. Sunshine told them that's alcohol. They've been living off the placebo effect.
Oh.
That's an impressive level of delusions.
I've actually seen that happen. A friend of mine did that at a party.
I've heard of studies about that, actually.
It's totally possible.
He tricked a few people that what he was drinking was whiskey when in fact it was apple juice, and they became drunk when they tried it.
Alright. Also, clear. You know what? Yeah, clear hopeless. You're trying to get some. I grant you. Or maybe insecure because you've more likely taken a foolhardy action against your better judgment. If she give you some cocoa, then definitely clear hopeless.
Freya will sit in front of the Oni. And she tries to have a straight face, but then the tail starts wagging and the puppy eyes start coming out.
Why does not anyone have a camera right now to take pictures of that?
Okay. Yeah, you start waggling your tail, and the Oni notices you, lets out a belch that smells of hot cocoa. Wow, that was timing. And not. I didn't aim for that, but hey, it worked. And she says, "Hey, I'm Nadia. Who are you, white-furred friend?" She brushes your hair, reaches out to brush your hair anyway. Do you let her? She seems to completely...
Freya's transfixed on the cocoa. She'll say, "I am a cocoa companion."
Hey, a cocoa companion, here, have a swig. She gives you the whole jug that is about as big as your torso. Seems like there's still half the liquid in it.
Freya will take three glugs.
Alright, clear. I definitely hopeless now. I don't know, you also have insecure, clear that as well. Just in the order. You did something foolhardy and then you did something to really easy relief. In fact, you do start feeling strangely tipsy from it, and you have the urge to sing songs with her, and she lulls at you that we're supposed to, start drinking a celebration, but I already found someone to drink with, and he said it's okay. I may have, pre-burned a little, so hey, all the more fun for 4 of us. She stares at the 2 of you.
Yep.
For the time, yep. Freya will also sing a small shanty with her. She'll try to follow along. She doesn't know the words, so she'll kind of go, "Oh."
Don't worry, she seems to be making it up as well. Now, if only I find one of these heroes to bash. With that, she raises her club that is as tall as her, and it wobbles above you eerily. I'd probably going to be the hero of my Oni people. Yeah. We come from far away. I've been here for 5 years. I've grown quite a bit since then. I was but a wee cub.
Wait a minute, was he the one who went away?
Freya will perk her ears and say, "Uh-oh, I think I hear one coming. Here, I'll protect the dummy. You head towards the door."
Yeah, you're totally trying to provoke her to go after that noise, or your suspicion of someone coming. So roll for it, see how well you could pull it off.
No.
Oh!
Well,
1, 1, 1.
Okay.
We don't have enough team to deal with that.
No.
Alright. Yeah, she's still like, "Oh, alright, I'll go smack him." She leaves her club and swings the dummy above her head. And goes out the door. She also forgot her cocoa casket. I guess you were still holding it.
Alright. So you can switch over to someone else.
Alright, Freya's like, "Well, what do I do now?" Lily, you're currently driving the transporter full of dummies in the background. As all of a sudden, there's an animal on the road. A huge white and brown creature, like a bear, but bigger. Or maybe the same size. Panics can get large.
It looks beautiful.
It comes rolling onto the road and then stands up.
So graceful.
Yeah, in fact, the vehicle collides with it, and the both of them bounce. You can see its wobbly fat mass of its stomach just jiggling like an airbag, and then the truck just bounces a few steps backwards. You actually smack your head on the steering wheel. It gives out a loud honk. Mark me a condition.
Oh, why do I need to keep taking conditions?
Because you have none at the moment, from what I can see.
Exactly. I want to keep it that way.
Oh, that's the name of the game, though.
I keep clearing them and I keep getting them back. Well, that's a large thing. Am I afraid or insecure? Because I didn't know about the humans had these kind of monsters. I'll take afraid. I'm afraid of the giant panda.
Alright, there's this awkward moment of staring at each other, and then
my hair turns brown.
And then the panda bear moves towards the van and starts pushing it backwards to where you came from.
No!
What do?
I'll have to try and get away from the thing.
Alright, yeah. How do you do that?
It's replicating an ability. You know what? I would say it says have telekinesis, or I can choose it at least. I don't have it, but I can. It's an ability that I can choose. So, let's use one of those holds to get up the flashbang to blind the thing.
Alright. Yeah, you luckily have it in your transportation bag or belt,
yep.
Or in the... Your bike is nearby and it's auto-following you. I'm sure it can do that. So you have you grab yourself the flashbang, spanning your second hold.
Yep.
Okay. What do you do with it? You toss it to the panda, or do you do something else creative?
Well, I try to prime it and then throw it at the panda.
Okay. You toss it at him. How do you not get blinded by it?
Well, I turn away. That's unfortunately the most high-tech solution I currently have. Okay,
you hear a surprised ooh as the flashbang goes off. You hear the hissing pow, and everything in front of your eyes gets a bit brighter for just a moment. And you fear that he drops the car. It bumps. Now to be quickly before he regains his composure.
Yeah, I basically just going to jump. I think I'm just going to jump on the bike, but the dumb is just trying to get away as fast as I can.
Okay, yeah, you drive away as fast as you can. You drive towards a large ring of fire where 3 Onis are sitting, talking to each other and eating grilled meat.
Oh god.
It's blocking the road, kinda.
Are these creatures?
Not human.
I mean, they're not aliens because, well, they're not me.
They're a different kind of alien.
True, they might be other aliens.
Have your people ever encountered other intelligent life forms?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be perps, or maybe they're just another indigenous Earth species that you haven't encountered before.
Indeed, that's quite a possibility. Most likely possibility.
Hi-ho. We got grilled meat and so? No, the author says that's not a rhyme. What rhymes with grilled meat? We gotta eat.
Come on, you people are making me hungry in here.
You hear Keith inside. Looks like he's trapped. Maybe they're burning him alive. Oh god.
What? Oh no, I need to save him.
What did they exactly do to him now again?
No, he created fire on himself, but from the outside, she just heard Keith being in the inside of the fire.
Oh dear. Well, Lily to the rescue. Oh, yes. Can I face through fire? Do I have room on my bike for a human along with a dummy? No, I don't.
Well, you did phase through magma.
Yeah, true, I did. So yes, I can. But,
Well, we're gonna see if you can.
Yeah, it could go wrong. You could misjudge.
I think I'm going to try and fly a bit into the air and bring out my pistol on stun, obviously. Well, the lowest energy setting. Basically, annoyance, bug bite level. And they all start firing at the owners. Try to distract them and pull them away from the fire shields.
Yes, the last thing one of the Oni says before they get pelted by energy balls is like, "Do you hear something? Sounds like vroom," or no, it's more like no, it's like vee, and then they get pelted by laser bolts. And one of them yells, no, it's pew, pew, pew. They run to the nearest building for cover.
Well, that's something.
It's biting me, you can hear one of them say.
I mean, that's fairly accurate.
You can see a stick of meat being tossed out in hopes of distracting the insect.
Excellent.
Also, since you've flown up, you can see that Keith is patiently waiting in the center of the circle of fire.
Holding a bottle in his hand.
Oh yeah, a rather large bottle.
Well, that's a problem. So you hope you mostly just trying to draw him away so that Keith could get... Oh, Keith. Yeah, Keith. Ha! I got it right. Keith getting you out of there. Oh, crap. Let me think it's difficult for me.
Why did it suddenly go so silent?
Keith, get out of there! You're distracted!
Oh. And he let go of the burning. Oh, hey, Lily.
Yes, hi!
Lily, there is a red Oni with white hair charging towards him, swinging a test dummy. He hasn't seen it yet since he's looking at you.
Oh, I need that test dummy.
What are you gonna do? Keith isn't seeing her, and he's gonna get smacked over the head by a test dummy.
Then this test dummy probably going to burst into fire.
Yes, it is. It is about to catch on fire, as is the Oni running through or towards the fire. She seems to have liquid courage in her.
Oh, crap. God damn it. Yeah, I'll use the last hold.
Alright, what are you using it for?
I'm going to use it to... I mean, it's not a grenade, it's basically a holographic projector, but it's basically a disc-shaped device that I throw to the ground that projects, well, it's a shield, basically.
Oh, okay.
A physical, but it's a physical object that you just slam into.
Okay.
While after that, I'm going to also Keith. There's the one that behind you, or wherever.
Yeah, Keith. As Lily is tossing something at you, or just above over you, it seems like she's wanting to play frisbee. When it lands behind you, and you hear a loud bang, as you turn around, you see a flat-faced Oni against this barrier. She has a burning dummy in her hands. Uh-oh, if that burns up, that's definitely minus point.
Damn it. First, Keith's gonna burn her hands so she let go of the dummy. Then he's going to, drain the fire from the dummy.
Okay, yeah. You burn her hands and you drain the fire from the dummy, but she doesn't seem to let go. In fact, she doesn't seem to care much about the fire. She's trying to kick over the barrier or bum rush her way through, headbutting it multiple times. It starts to flicker. Seems like this particular Oni is immune to fire.
Keith stands there for a moment. Bye! As he begins to run away.
Alright, clear afraid, if you have it.
Oh, damn, fireproof Oni.
And he's just, fireproof person. Where is he when you need him?
Chaos, and then this.
Indeed,
Yep.
Speaking of chaos, you're still locked with Miss Hartfeld. And she would say to you, you see, Chaos, the problem with your power is that you can do just about anything. But tell me, what does really make the difference between a hero and a villain?
He looks a bit to the side and then back and just says, I don't know.
Then let me tell you something. And she makes a judo move that is... she basically stops the resistance of her power, completely, leans backwards, turns around and tosses you over her shoulder, smacking you into the ground as you fly over. A hero knows when to control and stop his power.
He just lies there, flash on his back, and just looks up there like grumbles a bit.
She's trying to use her influence on you to tell you who to be. Do you let her?
I'm not sure. I mean, I can't control my power, is what it'd say. Because he really can't most of the time.
Okay, so she would lower your freak and increase your savior.
Now it's another -0.
Indeed.
Or -1. -0, you can't have that. Because that's 0.
Well, the plus and -0 are the same thing, so.
Yeah.
Isn't that a paradox?
Kind of.
Anyhow. Yeah, so Health, you've got the urge to prove to her that you can't only, unleash your powers, but you can also control your powers.
Well, technically he's controlling them by just focusing them on her and not affecting his teammates. Sort of.
Okay. Right. And Miss Hartfeld is looking back at you, Hayos, and says, "Come on, get up. Your team still needs you."
Your planet needs you. Wait.
He just gets up slowly and just dusts himself off a bit.
She's waiting for you to attack again, like you've done so far. What do?
I'm gonna throw her off her game.
Interesting.
Actually.
How are you gonna do that?
Wish I could be.
Cool. trying to comfort and support her. Interesting.
Yeah, throw her over game. I mean, she's not expecting that.
Okay.
That
What do
is-
you say and do?
He just sit down and just cross his legs at first and just sit and just look up at her and just say, you know, I envy you a lot actually, because I can't walk around like you do in town. People stare at me and they just judge me what I look. I can't do what you can do. I got raised on the street. I don't know anything.
All right, Romeo Mundane, and I would say that Miss
Freak.
Hartfeld. Oh, freak indeed, yeah,
I rolled
freak and
freak.
so. Okay. Do that. Right. You have a
Hence why
hit.
I wanted to do that move, because then I don't have to. Because then I don't use mundane.
All right. Keith, since you played Miss Hartfeld before in the past, and it's your character, how would she react? You take over the conversation.
Well, it's not about how you look, it's about your actions. Yes, sure. When people see you, many would see a monster. I don't. Because, the sight can betray you. Not everything is as it seems to be. And that includes me. I know
He
what it
tilts its head and just looks puzzled.
I see. As she hits her heads together. You all think I'm human. That explains a lot.
All the aliens!
He just nods.
Oh, and you don't have to live with a demon inside of you.
He looks down at himself like, am I demon enough with the way I look? Kind of expression.
But anyways, what does sitting down and whine like a baby do when your team are in danger? When it comes down to it, everyone, life sucks, to be more precisely, but that doesn't mean that you can't make it better.
And what do I do?
You learn.
And I'm gonna take over here and say, and in this specific situation, I'm gonna make you an offering, Chaos. If you want to get the most possible score, then I am going to allow you to take out all remaining dummies, except for one, which I will destroy. That leaves you with 99 points. Give or take the ones that already have been damaged. What do you say? It would make your team look very good in the end results.
We're already looking good in the end results.
Well, that would be.
I didn't say that.
cheating.
Oh. So you're refusing? In that case, I would destroy them all.
I think he'd get up on his feet and just. No. Not gonna allow you to do that.
Alright. At that point...
Before directly engaging her.
Yeah, No, you're not directly engaging her. You're trying to run at her and punch her, I'm assuming.
He's gonna try and entangle her with his limbs, including the tail.
Alright. you do not manage that. As Miss Hartfeld jumps to a nearby building on the roof, she has a dummy. And she says, well, one step closer, and you can kiss that score point goodbye.
Guys, quick Kirby.
Alright,
Can you
alright.
send over what you wrote, send in a message to me? I'll read it when I get back.
Yep, bye-bye. Till that later. We're gonna jump on over with that cliffhanger over to Freya. Have you figured out what happened? Also, why the hell do you feel like swaying from left to right? Though that
She'll she'll bring the hot cocoa with her and go out to see what the Oni's up to right now.
It's a bit of a war zone out there. You can see Keith running in the distance with an Oni in hot pursuit, flailing the target dummy around. Seems like the Oni is on fire. Like a Human Torch kind of way. You see Lily hovering above. Keith is also holding onto a large bottle of his own. Perhaps the only thing there's hot cocoa in it. Who knows?
Freya will place the hot cocoa against the wall and go back to her duty with finding the rest of the dummies.
Alright. Well, then we jump up to Lily in the sky. How's the weather looking up there?
Well, it's cloudy up here, Jon.
And what about the traffic? I've got reports of burning people running in the streets.
I can confirm that, as well as seeing massive troll things running rampant in the streets. With what appears to be target dummies.
Oh, that's just civilians. In fact, you were supposed to save them.
Oh, right. Yes, silliness.
Or maybe save Keith from Uni.
Yeah, I should do that. I should do that. How do I do it without destroying the things I have already, though?
I mean, you could deliver the test dummies and leave Keith to fend for his own. But you're gonna take a condition in the process for leaving your friend behind.
God damn it. Hey, you still have the firewall up?
No, they
No.
ran away from that place, so...
Okay. Keith, I'm coming in hot. Just quickly grab onto the bike.
Vroom. Roll to defend Keith.
Yay, defend. Thankfully, I'm on my bike.
You can roll... weak or
superior.
Superior, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm defending, so I can use superior. Kirby Craft, go! Yep.
Ooh, okay.
As always, I am amazing.
Pick one from the list that you choose to add to the bonuses from your good roll.
Defend. I'm no longer afraid.
Nice. Yeah,
Go
that was
screw
pretty
your
brave.
conditions.
That was pretty brave, I'd say.
Yes.
And you're of course planning
I'm
to
no longer
run as
gonna
far
be-
away from the Oni as possible. Keith, you get a hold of the bike. In fact, you get a hold of Lily's hips and you're holding on to her. Just, with your legs dangling off the side of the motorcycle.
Yeah, his face becomes a little bit red. Like he's blushing.
She's still wearing her...
Lily's hair has a reddish tint, but aside from that.
She still has her frilly dress.
Yes. Because obviously.
She looks so way out of place.
What
You
is
need-
her hair color right now? She's...
red, I think you said.
I
just
mean,
now.
not entirely red. I think it's red-ish, but I think it's still. Yeah, it's not brown anymore after all. So yeah, it's pretty red. Yes.
We need to save that damn dummy, but this fire doesn't hurt her.
You can hear her throwing some wild insults in a unknown language after you as you fly off, and she seems to be unable to reach you, obviously.
Can you say to dummy and I distract her?
It would probably be better if I distracted her and you saved the dummy.
That will put you in danger.
No, I think I have an idea. Hopefully I have an idea.
Hopefully, all right. I'll trust you.
Alright, we need to get down to her again.
That can be arranged.
Keep in mind, if you ever need some ideas, you can always try to pierce the mask or assess the situation.
He has an idea to do something against her.
Alright, yeah, sure. If you already have an idea, go for it.
His hand's gonna hurt like hell afterwards, but...
Alright. You fly down towards her, and you can hear her yell, "Yeah, that's right, you come back here!"
Yeah. He jumps up and begins to run towards her. As he then got a bit closer, he is gonna punch her directly in the face. But on the exception, from his elbow, there comes this huge amount of fire, like it's boosting his arm and giving an extra power.
Nice.
Nice,
Yes,
that
so
sounds like directly engaged if I've ever heard it.
Yes. And I'm gonna use my... Here's the bad thing, I only have one burn left.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So I'm gonna use Reality Storm.
Well.
That's gonna be one flame to remember.
Yes.
And I am resisting their blow, and and the dummy takes something from them by the dummy. She loses the grip of the dummy.
Yes, indeed, she was swinging the dummy at you like a baseball bat at the time, and you just take a grip instead of it, smashing you into the nearby wall. she has an surprised expression. What? You punch her, and her face just, we get it in a slow motion shot of it just getting turned to the side, the cheeks jiggling, some spit flying, and you grab the dummy. And she's... Yeah, go for it.
And I have to say, I'm causing unwanted collateral damage. Because I didn't have another burn to burn.
Yeah,
Yep.
She goes flying down the street in one of those frame by frame, like boom, boom. She's flying higher and higher and then landing back. And as she lands on the back, we get a pan shot from behind her towards you. And behind you, the houses are on fire because you shot out that flame on the back of your elbow.
Keith is, just shaking his hand. That freaking hurt!
Freya, you just unloaded the test dummies and you see this huge fire bursting somewhere a few blocks away inside the city.
Oh dear, Keith's at it again.
Yeah, Freya will refuse to go in that area now.
Yeah, nope.
I didn't have another burn to use. Sorry!
Yeah.
And it was his first time trying to use his powers like this.
Indeed. So you might want to watch the exhaust of flames behind you.
Yes.
At the same time, are you back, Chaos? Alright, no problem. We see Miss Hartfeld and Chaos just Helen paused a moment looking over at the flames that just burst out a block away.
Yep.
Lily,
I think that
you're above that disaster, but you think you cleared all the dummies that you found in those buildings, right?
Yeah, I need to go back to try and pick up Keith.
Your head does really hurt.
Jeez. What are their heads made out of?
Their heads are like balls of steel.
Boo! Hiss!
I think you knocked her out for good.
That was amazing, Keith!
Yeah, hey, if you want to share a victorious celebration, go for it.
What are my victory celebration moves again?
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
try it out. We rarely get a chance to use those, so might as well do it now.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh crap. When you share a triumphant celebration with someone, take influence over them if you show them meaningful affection, physical or emotional.
Yeah. Keith is kind of, embarrassed, so you're not afraid of me about doing that kind of damage?
Before I have time to answer, I'm just going to tackle hug you. So.
Yeah.
I guess that is a no then, huh?
Whoa! I mark potential and I take +1 forward.
Which means for
towards
the
her.
duration of this encounter you take a +1 because hey, you've got the power of emotional support.
Yes.
Yeah. I share a triumphant celebration with someone.
Hey,
Let's see.
is this hug meaningful to you?
Yes, is it meaningful to you? If so, I take influence over you, which is, well,
You already have.
yeah, which could be a problem.
You shift his labels then if he says, yeah, it's meaningful.
Yeah.
It's totally meaningful.
Yay! Now the crap shit.
Considering his love is hugging him.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What is your danger at?
-1.
Oh.
Savior, -1.
Well, I'm not going to lower Savior for this one, at least. Because I'm thinking of... What is your superior?
It's 2.
Because I think I'm going to raise your Savior and lower your superior.
Wonderful.
Nice. Okay. Okay, you
Well-
hear a loud booming voice over the city. It is from Miss Hartfeld. She says, "Heroes! This battle has been going on for too long, and I'm going to make you one offer. You can save all the civilians except for the one that I am holding right here, right now, in the city center."
Huh?
Frey, you hear that as well. Oh, by the way, you could let Jack out of the bottle. He's just been sort of watching
right.
that hug and, you know,
We have a yak in a bottle.
maybe he gives you some wishes.
If only he was in a box.
Oh my god, I missed that chance, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Well, I'm gonna open up the bottle so Jack can get out. Save 99, but sacrifice 1.
Never sacrifice them.
But I don't know. Isn't it better that we can save 99 people so they are not harmed?
It is, but we can also say 100.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Is this sound
Freya,
logic? Probably not.
Freya will say from her position really loudly, Villainy 101. Villains always lie. And she'll continue to look for the dummies.
Good point. What she said.
Yeah, good point.
Chaos, are you
But
back
we
yet?
gotta.
Just gonna
Hmm.
ask if he's back. Guess not. Guess not. He would have written "be right back" anyway. Or agree. All right.
But-
Sorry, Keith. Go.
But we got a problem. She's currently holding one of the dummies we're supposed to save.
That is kind of a problem, yes.
So what if we trick her into believing we are agreeing on the term?
How would we do that?
Beats me. I'm just saying so, Matthias. I'm not the brain here. Well,
My bike doesn't have a crane, so I can't program it to fly around getting the things itself.
No, but we could create a distraction. We could approach her, and then someone comes up from behind her and take the dummy away.
I could come from above.
I am back.
Hey, welcome back, Chaos.
Or we can actually have
That-
Chaos come from behind because he's
that might
most likely
work.
to away.
And where is Hayes, by the way? You know, as he looks around.
Oh yeah, good point.
Chaos. They were just They were just informed by Miss Hartfeld of the proposition. You know, leave one behind to save the others, and their current plan is saying no. We need to save them all, and perhaps a good way to get the one that she has currently hostage on her is to trick her and distract her. Chaos, you're very damn close to her. And you were trying to grapple her last time, but she jumped away too fast.
Okay.
Oh, and Keith burned down an entire building.
Yeah,
Not his
more
fault.
like a building block there, yeah.
A block of buildings.
Yeah, he used the good old Falcon punch, like a rocket punch is what he did. And the exhaust from his elbow to accelerate his punch burned everything behind him.
That is actually a pretty good strategy if you want to accelerate your punch beyond the
It's-
norm.
Especially when you're going to punch a person who doesn't take damage from fire.
Yeah,
Yes.
so use the fire another way, that was clever.
But anyway, we need to get in contact with here so he doesn't do anything stupid like trying to pulverize Miss Hartfield while she have that stuff.
Idiot, jump on my bike!
All right, jumping up.
Alright. As you fly over, you see her on the roof of a small building, 1-story shopping mall, and Hayo's standing at the bottom, looking like he's, really willing to go at her.
No, damn. Well, you know the plan, Lily.
Yep.
Keep
Just
then,
what-
you know.
Just like where you want
Jumps.
to block me, you want me to drop you off, and I'll fly high into the air so she can't see me.
Well, just a bit behind here. So, and the crater somewhere down there that they probably have created.
Yeah.
True. Good point.
The cityscape has suffered quite a bit from the fighting that has been going on. Especially, Hios and yourself. So, Hios, you notice
Yeah.
that your teammate just landed behind you. What is your take on the situation? What was it you wanted to really get done? Or perhaps you should talk to your teammate.
What Hayes wanted to do was entangle her so she couldn't move at all. Subdue her, basically.
Yeah. Didn't work yet. But it could work
No.
again with some help. You'd need to coordinate, otherwise she's just gonna jump away again. She's got the high ground!
Oh, you just had to say that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I have wings.
Fair.
High ground doesn't really matter to someone that can fly.
Say that to someone who can fly.
Do you have any idea?
Yes, we are going to distract her while Lily is going to come from behind her and save the dummy. Just follow my lead. So, you know, as he begins to walk toward Miss Hartwell with his hands in her. You are truly one of the greatest villains we have ever faced.
His
Oh,
face
that-
palms.
Yeah, there's no way at all that we can defeat you. But are you truly going to let us go walk away with those 99 people? Is there a move for distraction? I
Yes,
don't know
you
about.
provoke her to turn to you and answer you, which would be a distraction. So roll to provoke her. See if she falls for
Damn
it.
it, Lily, why did you take that superior ray?
Oh,
You get a +1 though.
Sorry.
Because
I
you're
do get a
currently
+1.
flying with the power of love.
He high. He's so high.
Yes.
Oh, someone help me!
Well, I shouldn't because I'm trying
Yeah,
to be
you-
sneaky.
You have to be fictionally be able to help her, which only leaves chaos.
Yes! He did
I
say
suppose-
follow his lead.
I'm not sure how he's gonna do that. He's like, what the heck?
Also, keep in mind, Keith, you can spend team selfishly. But you're gonna have to tell me how
Yeah.
it offends your team.
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
Yeah, tell me how your actions ignore or insult your teammates.
Right, yes, he's going to use the team selfish then. Don't mind that damn monster right there. He doesn't care about the civilians, but I do.
Alright.
Oh,
That's insulting him, definitely.
Yes.
And
You
I have to change labels too.
Yeah, you have to shift one label up, which is the one you're rolling with, to give yourself a +1. Or the label basically applies retrospectively to that roll. But you're gonna have to shift one down as well.
Yeah. Superior, because I'm so much better than he is. And what's going to go down? What's going to go down? He does want to save the dummy, so not savior.
Danger? You're less of a danger because you're trying to solve this with words.
Yeah. I was also thinking that. It's just annoying to see that -2.
Well,
Yeah.
But I have taken danger down.
Okay. Now, Miss Hartfeld is getting distracted. Let's see here. It's not a full hit. It's a 1 to 9. Okay, she errs. You gain a critical opportunity, which is kind of what Lily is looking for. She says, Keith, wait, what? Lily, which is exactly when you perform your maneuver.
yes. Diving down from above with a very, very silent pike to just try to snatch the dummy out of her hands.
Alright. You're definitely trying to defend the dummy, so roll defend.
Yep. defend with the bike. So, my superior 3 is very useful. Oh, okay, also Cestive with superior. I need to remember that I can do that. That's only a hit. What is this?
You expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. Alright. Also, you can give one of these things that happens there. Add a team or clear condition, most likely. You don't want to take influence over a test dummy.
No, I am going to add a team to the pool.
Alright.
Where?
You don't have influence over the dummy.
Why?
But when you amass your dummy army.
Oh dear.
I have robots. What are a dummy army for?
I think.
You turn the dummies into your robot army, and then you'll have +1 forward on them.
And then she does a thriller music video.
It's a good point.
Keith is going to use a team again on that one.
Oh,
So it becomes a
actually. Yeah, okay, how do you help her in fiction with snatching the dummy?
He's shooting a minor fireball at it, like he's shooting a pistol. It's toward Miss Alfred.
Okay, sure, that works.
Distracting her even more. So, just giving a little bit tiny window.
Indeed, alright, yeah. Sure, that makes it 10, and no ill repercussions. Lily, you drive on by and snatch the dummy with a bird.
And we only have one team left. He used one selflessly.
Yeah, but Lily
I
added one. Added one with her defend roll.
Oh, right.
Freya, you know what? Yeah, okay, here's the thing. Freya, you roll me a d20 and everyone roll a d10 to see how many dummies have been saved in total. You could save all, but there's a chance that some of them got destroyed in the fight that you didn't find. Oh, damn, Freya.
Wow.
They are really hard to find. Is that because of the flaming building?
Yeah, I'm freaked out by that.
Yeah. Was I supposed to roll as well?
Yes, everyone roll to get the final number on your score. I'm also.
Do I roll a 1d10 or 1d20?
1d10. 1d10. Freya was very much focusing on getting as many dummies out as possible. All right, that adds
That's
up
not
to
a lot.
24. 24, isn't it?
Yep, 24.
Well, then there's only 24 left.
Actually, 34.
Huh?
58,
right.
34.
Yeah, that's 34.
Well, okay, so that leaves us with 66 dummies that you saved.
So far.
Well.
Yeah, at which point, Miss Hartfeld calls the test a success, and she says, "That was the right decision, heroes. If you can, don't just go for whatever the villain dictates you to do. Try to go beyond and try to save everyone. That's what true heroes strive for. Well done. See, all the other dummies that are still in the city, they'll count for you, except the ones who are damaged. And in the end, they tally up the damaged dummies, and it equals 34.
How many of them did Keith burn in that building?
Well, roll me another d20.
Too many?
It wasn't just one building that got up, it was like a part of the...
Lost.
Yeah. Keith, it comes up in the end debriefing later that day that your use of that fire punch was causing the biggest collateral of the day, I would almost say. Mark a condition for that.
He's insecure.
Yeah, because I guess that's really what describes it the best.
He would have been guilty, but he's already guilty.
Yeah.
He's double guilty.
Whew, alright, nice. The next team up was Team Hope. And they're up against Umbra. Now, she isn't here today, but she's left me some instructions on how that was going to go. We're going to do these briefly and don't spend too much time on them. What Team Hope is going to do to keep Umbra in check as much as possible. Wait, gotta put them up on the spotlight here as well. Here's what they do. Devon is using his ice powers to create a large lens, which Rosa is first compressing to make the ice very, very firm. Then we get their names up, so I don't need to think too much. Jennifer cuts the ice in right pieces so that the light from the sun is focused on wherever they go, and then Rosa is carrying that thing because she can make it super light. They use Lobo to sniff out as many dummies as possible. The whole thing is made really difficult by Umbra jumping out from every shadow that finds himself. And they're always trying to catch her with the light lens, like someone's using a magnifying glass on the ground to concentrate the light. But she's always splitting into bits, trying to grab especially Rosa. Because she's holding the lens, and once the lens would shatter, that's when she's essentially won, really. She's also trying to attack the lens, at which point Devon has always to use his ice powers to shield her from going through there. What we see as the audience is that someone is watching fight, and it is Devon's father, Ice Lord. And
Your prick calls himself Lord.
Well, Ice Lord does. Because he's one of the strongest heroes in the world, who, all things considered, would probably have favored going after Umbra directly instead of trying to save these dummies. That's just his approach. That's the kind of guy he is. So needless to say, his visage behind the mask is not impressed and kind of angry. More importantly, we see that Lisa loses her nerves on one occasion, and it costs quite a few dummies, the sweet embrace of safety. Yeah, dummy lives matter.
Yes.
And in the end, they've saved as many dummies as possible. Everyone, roll for your companion a d20. See how many they saved in the end. A bold strategy, they're completely exhausted.
Well, Devon... Nope. Oh!
It was my high roll.
Yeah.
Well,
Lobo.
it's Lobo.
Yeah, it's like I was
Rescue
rolling for
dog.
Lisa, so she didn't do much.
Rosa, good job!
Ooh, gotta add those together. 16, 34, 36, 40, 53? Yeah. Okay, 53 to your 66. It's alright. They had no real way to take down Umbra. They just kind of tried to wear her out, but she looks still spry as possible, even though she's breathing a lot heavier. Speaking of breathing a bit heavier, let me save team. Let me make a roll here. Alright. You hear a coughing behind you, and it is Miss Hartfeld who walks back into the stand. She took a quick break after your spout, but now she's back at it again. We, as the audience, though, see that she just wiped a little bit of blood away from her mouth.
That's not good.
No. But you, as the heroes, do not spot that.
No.
Third one up. is Team Chawsome. They have an interesting fight ahead of themselves against Watchman Alpha. Token layer.
Rip.
Well, okay. We see Watchman Alpha standing at the center of the playing field here. The city hasn't been quite, they don't rebuild the city for the purpose, but so the third time around, a lot of the city is trashed by now. And it looks more like a rescue operation after an earthquake. After the two hero teams have been through there. Especially with a big crater in the middle where Lisa lost her cool as Amber tried to grab her ankle and drag her down into the shadows.
Amber is such a bully.
He is wearing his kimono very properly, and he's got a briefcase next to him with a newspaper under his arm, and he's adjusting his glasses. It doesn't take long for Chico Mequal to come flying with a loud wee from the sky as she made a huge jump over a couple of buildings. To no big surprise, she's trapped in a box like happened to Chaos very much earlier. And Watchman Alpha is just looking around for the rest of Team Chawsome. They, meanwhile, all on their own, spread out, struggle with all these invisible barriers they keep running into. It's like a labyrinth that is not to be seen. Indeed, indeed.
Oh, I have the perfect clip for this.
Yeah, glad to see it later in a bit when you post on Skype. And what we see is that Waki managed to find a dummy and is running away with it. Watchman Alpha is trying to separate him from the dummy, at which point Waki tosses the dummy at Watchman Alpha. It flies surprisingly fast, and in the last moment he ducks, and we see that instead of a dummy that we, the audience, and everyone else saw, it was a kunai that he tossed at him.
Of course it was.
At that point, Chico McQuarrel bashes her fist against the barrier. It bounces backwards, and she hits her elbow against the back of the barrier, which bounces it back forwards and goes faster and faster to the point where it just flummy like a rubber ball that you toss against the wall. It bounces back and forth faster and faster. At which point we see Maximilian on a rooftop looking at Watchman Alpha quite intently. And Watchman Alpha catches that glimpse, which is probably why he mistook the dummy for the kunai for a dummy. Must have been hypnotized. At this point, a huge rain of golden light arrows fall down onto the area. Most of them get stuck in all sorts of walls, but it distracts Watchman Alpha long enough for Chico McQuarrel to actually break out of that invisible prison. And at this point, he's gotta act really fast, and he actually loses a bit of composure, or at least his just standing still attire, and he starts to get himself moving surprisingly quick for a man of his age. And as Chico McQuarrel gets closer, he always tries to block her off and divert her away from him, trying to catch her again in different walls and layers of labyrinthine. She just smacks against them multiple times, just bouncing along with the with the walls and the little traps. In the end, yeah.
I linked the clip in the chat.
Okay, nice. In the end, he's got all four of them trapped. What none of them noticed was that indeed Spectral was missing. And so do most of the dummies. In fact, everybody roll me a d20 to see how many dummies they smuggle out of there while keeping Watchman Alpha distracted. Well, looks like they didn't do all that well. Let's see here. It's a lot easier to count.
116, 111, 3.
Yeah, so that's 20, 30, 31.
32.
32. Yeah, right, 16.
Yes.
32. 32 dummies. Wow. Yeah, again, not as many. But, well, the real problem for them was that, yeah, these walls were everywhere. And they don't have your durability power, and it didn't help them against the enemy that doesn't strike back at them. He just trapped them. He didn't really fight them head on. And they also don't have the huge elemental power like Team Hope does. However, they had a really smart plan, and they managed to get the enemy distracted and caught someone off guard who seemed to be prepared, well prepared.
You are not prepared.
Perhaps, indeed. So, at the end of the day, all of you are gathered in class, and you just got through the debriefing of how your day went. Actually, get the costumes here. You know what? They give you the good news that next week you should be receiving your costumes based on the ones that you submitted. Also, Mr. Sunshine isn't there. He's currently busy.
Is this a hint at me that I haven't done anything yet?
No, it's not a hint. It's just saying, hey, you know, you'll get it even if you haven't submitted it yet, but you should totally.
Yay!
Since you weren't there, I'm not gonna fault you or anything. In fact, where's everybody is gathering in their seat. Everyone to your seat.
Apparently I have become Jennifer.
Oh no, totally not. You're just trying to quickly gather yourself around to escape. Where
I've
is
always
Lily?
been Jennifer.
Oh yeah, right. Lily was missing. That's why I hid you.
Freya's has like flipped her chair the other way, so the back is on her front, and she's glaring at Keith.
Keith is feeling really down when he sees that result.
Oh yeah. Where's Lisa?
Yeah, Hayas is kind of glaring at him as well. He's a kid with lots of issues regarding how he looks. And
Oh,
with
yeah, right,
this sudden
yes.
drastic change, even more.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, you know, chatting about the classroom, is there anything you guys want to talk to the other classmates besides your own team? Because you're going to have time once they all clear out.
Unless someone talks to Keith, is he just, you know, being quiet while looking at that damn paper?
Yeah, Holly is busy
Let's see. How
injecting
far
herself with some medicine.
Ja, jag kommer. Quick Burby just bring down some food.
Yeah, indeed. Lisa, in fact, you know, Keith, as you look around, you see that Lisa is just as, what do you call, down and insecure about the whole thing, because she blew up double your number.
That's impressive.
But unlike your team, her team actually would be sort of a lot more supportive of the whole thing.
I was supportive.
Indeed, yeah. You should. Yeah, Lily. You see that Keith is really down, and that the others are really not looking that friendly on him. Could you? Is this a human thing? Is there something you should do?
Good question. Humans are weird.
Yeah. Then you remember this gesture that you saw a long time ago. That people did when they were in good spirits. So perhaps if you high five.
Oh yeah! I've forgotten about that again.
But you should probably say something with it.
Yes. I'm just going to go over to Keith and just saying that you did a really good job out there, and then try to hype him, but giving a proper warning. But hey,
Keith, look up. He clearly puts on a fake smile. This is not his normal smile. This is clearly fake. Thanks you. As he also high fives you back.
Oh, that's not right. Trying to flip her to look at it wrong. Okay, yeah.
I
Freya,
didn't feel right. Did I do something wrong?
Freya, your love interest just high-fived Keith. What is it you react to that?
Betray!
Traitor!
This is such a love trick.
Yes.
You should do something, Freya, not just stand there, right?
Alright, well, I guess it's time to pull this out, which is a horribly mean time to pull this out.
Oh dear. What is this?
But Freya's gonna kind of get up and walk over to Lily, and using her enabler, she is going to provoke Lily to not comfort Keith.
That's mean.
I am back.
Welcome back. We've just got a love triangle going on.
Between who?
Well, Lily is making high fives with Keith over there, and Freya's not happy about it.
Oh.
So what do you say to her to,
Freya will she'll huff a bit and say, he's the reason we got such a low score, and he hurt his own companions. You shouldn't be nice to him.
Oh, how about Hias? It was him who went totally out of control.
All right.
That's a mean thing to say.
So, Lily, do you... Okay, so you have to... Yeah, Freya, you can choose one from the list there for PCs.
I think that's for NPCs. For PCs, it's just if she does it, then...
Yeah, if she does it, she
so
adds
it's mainly just... If you don't do it, you'll get a condition.
Yeah, okay, that's the
Oh
choice.
God.
I'm curious. Can you support Lily in doing her own thing? Not being controlled by others.
You can certainly say something to that to influence her, but she will still take the condition if she sticks with you.
It is because my bullheart role is friend.
Let me check on that, because this is interesting game mechanics wise, but I would really like to see that in fiction as well, backed up with the game. The bull's heart. Right.
Well, it only does that I also mark a condition.
Yeah,
I mark a potential.
Okay, yeah, but you can only do that once she has made her decision, either to keep happy with you, which is that she ignores and doesn't do what Freya wants, or she's going to do what Freya wants, and then you can still go for the friend move. So, Lily, you realize that Freya explains the situation to you like a human would. So, do you follow Freya's advice and renounce your just done actions with Keith, or do you stick by what you believe yourself, your guts?
That's a mean Freya.
Alright, mark the condition. This is just a confusion that happens. Now, Keith, you go.
I'm going to be insecure, I think.
Keith's gonna stand up, put a hand on Lily's shoulder. You don't listen to her. You're your own person. You can do whatever you want. No one else should tell you what to do.
Really?
Indeed.
Aw.
And I roll mundane. +1. And I get a hit.
Okay. Alright, you mark potential because you confident supported your love interest. You also... They hear... Do they hear you? Oh yeah, actually she does, yeah.
Yes.
And you, Lily, get to mark a potential clear condition or shift label. If you open up to him, though. If you now confirm what Keith says and is like, yeah, you're actually the one in the right. Alternatively, you could still be like, you know what, you could choose either with Freya or you could choose option 3, whatever that may be.
I mean, I was already kind of on Keith's side in this, so I'm like, yeah, no, he was trying to do his best. You should compliment for his hard work, not berate him like that.
And the total score by ruining like 20 of them.
So yeah, I'm going to take support, well, what Keith said, and I'm going to clear a condition.
Alright. Freya, looks like there's a bit of a resistance mounting up. Chaos, you see this happening, that the team is huddling up, and what is your... you feel like you need to put your head in the ring, so to say. Your horns in the ring, maybe.
Hey, he'll walk over.
Actually, I can replace your old icon with a new one. But still the old one. Let me double do that. But yeah, for now, you walk over. What is it you say?
If you hadn't used that attack you did, could have gotten up more.
Yeah, and if someone didn't lose control of the power, we might have gotten more out.
We both know that I can't control them, and I never have been able to.
Oh, so you think you're the only one who have trouble controlling his own powers? Well, you're slow clap. Welcome to the world. Yes, not everyone have it easy, as you think they are.
And what do you think is easy?
Both of you...
No fighting, no
Here's the
fighting.
thing, yes, indeed, they are fighting. So in PvP, actually, it's both of you roll a powerful blow, which is a verbal fight. So both of you roll a powerful blow. See how you take each other's, assault verbally.
Oh God.
I'm thinking of No, I'm not gonna use that. I'm not gonna use it. I'm not my body.
No, probably you're not using your body to.
It.
Oh wow. Let's see how Hail's partial hit. Okay. Now keep in mind, others can defend to reduce the roll by 2 if they succeed in defending.
Not gonna help me.
Well, I'm going to help you.
Yeah, what do you
How will I help
say,
you, though?
Lily? You have to say something that is like... They were arguing
Where
about
did
unleashing your
where did
powers
my-
and losing control.
I can't see my token
Yes,
anymore.
I just removed it for a second because voila,
Ah.
there you go.
Ah!
Updated you.
Keith did a wonderful job keeping our challenges at bay. He helped
Alright.
a lot.
Roll to defend. On a hit, you reduce the threat by the result by -2, which actually would still make it a -10, but someone else might defend him if Freya feels like it.
Well, crap, I'm not on my bike right now. Shit.
No, you're not using your bike to comfort, to defend him verbally from insults.
God damn it. Is
She
it,
revs it so no one can hear people making fun of
You
each
know
other.
what? That actually
is it
would
comfort or
work.
support or is it defend?
Defend.
Okay, so at least I have +1 for savior normally. Crap.
And you have +1 because you have influence over me.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's still just 8 in that case. So.
Yeah. Okay, so you get a hit, but you escalate the situation. Freya,
Oh no.
you have to say something to Lily. She's out of her mind if she thinks what Keith is doing is right. Something about her actions right now just put your neck fur up.
Yeah.
Oh my
So-
god.
At this, I am gonna do that, but also I'm going to defend my rival.
Oh, which is highest. Okay.
Nice.
What is it you say, though?
Have you +3 to savior?
So I
You only
Have-
pick one of the.
no, so I'm using defender, and that lets me roll danger instead, and then I have a +1 because he's my rival and I have influence over him. And
But
he has influence over-
you also use enabler. You only use one of the. You only pick one of the options.
I thought it's just no. So, are you meaning like I should only have 2 of my bull things?
You need to make 2 separate rolls, actually. One is to defend and the other is to provoke. Right?
Well, because I provoked Lily earlier, and then that was done, and
Okay.
she's not going to provoke her again. But this was to defend.
Okay,
And
so
now
you
my
just...
defense is going to kind of be also yelling at Lily, but not provoke her to do something.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, so if you're just defending her, then it's just defender that you use here.
Yeah. So by defending Chaos by saying, well, at least his powers are to remove threats. The threat of other people's powers. Some people have powers that actually harm others. And you'd be best to remember that because your hair was a casualty last time. Some of us have had casualties multiple times. And she's going to walk away. And you can see that on her back, she has a giant singe mark. And you can see her bare back.
Oh. Oh.
If you have angry marked right now, Freya, then you can remove it, because that was clearly hurting someone important.
Yes.
Actually, you do have not, but afraid... You know what, if you remove yourself right now from the situation, then yeah, you can clear afraid.
Yeah, she's kind of afraid to hear the response, so she wants to leave.
Quickly. Alright. I mean, the classroom has also been clearing out while you were arguing.
Let's see. Yeah, Lily's hair is turning black.
This would be an ideal situation to pierce Lily's mask to find out how she's feeling. If anybody wants to do that.
Well, Keith would, but considering what Freya just said, he's not even going to notice it.
Okay.
Well, let's see if Chaos notices it. Because he's standing opposite of her, so he sees the hair color change, most likely. You know,
You can ask
with a
one question.
-3. With a -3.
Well, you did also roll a 4 and 6.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What is she intending to do? Or what is she really planning?
To go to her room and cry.
Yikes.
Yeah!
She ain't happy.
No, she was reminded of something really horrible.
Burnt hair, great.
Yes!
Snip, 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 snip. Goodbye, hair. Here comes the electric buzzer.
No, really, Chaos. You notice that Lily is about to cry. For the first time ever, you feel like you understand someone. You're not quite sure why and how, but there is an emotional connection between the two of you. She's clearly feeling something, and you know she's feeling awful. What are you gonna do? Can't just let things be the way they are.
Exactly.
Something deep inside you tells you you need to do something. You were angry at Keith, but you didn't want to get Freya, Lily get dragged into this, and Freya perhaps too.
What to do? What to do?
Let's see here. You have guilty. You could make a sacrifice.
The question is, what would he sacrifice? Excuse me. Well, she's but cried due to Freya mentioning saw stir with hair. I think he's maybe gonna try and screen her off from Keith with one of his wings first.
Okay.
And then tell her that what shit? Fuck.
Lily,
I'm really trying to figure this out.
he's putting a wing between you and Keith, and then he looks like he doesn't know what to say. But you think he wants to tell you something. Now, he isn't human, he's something else, but at least he's an earthling, so what is this about now? In fact, you're like, yeah, I mean, you just want to run off crying like you said, so what is he on to?
I think my hair starts turning slightly gray, mostly because because black and white becomes gray.
She gets Cruella de Vil hair.
Yes.
I think Lobo would actually run after Freya. We'll see the
Suddenly, the rescue dog runs away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, what to say? I mean, you could pierce his mask if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
It might be something that happens subconsciously instead of, intentionally, actively.
Who knows? I might fail and get the potential.
That would be bad for the situation, though. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yep.
Okay.
I have -1, so I'm not too mundane.
All right. Yeah. So you think he's trying to keep you here? Ugh. That is not what you need right now.
No, that's not at all what I need right now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to run away.
Okay. Do you have a afraid mark? Because you could clear that as well.
No, I don't. I currently had nothing cleared marked.
You're good about clearing your conditions. I like it. I'm gonna keep giving them to you as much as possible.
Yes.
All right.
You're evil.
Keith, that leaves you with Chaos, who just did a magic trick and made Lily disappear.
He does not say anything. He just turns around and walks away.
Chaos, that could have gone better. Damn you for not being able to say something to another human being.
I was trying to figure out what to say.
Perhaps that is what you should have said then. But again, that
I
is
know.
his character, I'm sure. It fits with his character being like, not good at human contact.
We were all
Yeah,
supposed to go to.
Considering his background, yeah.
Yeah, sure, and that's what we're after, just poking at those insecurity. Perhaps you were insecure, so you couldn't really say something to
He
strengthen her.
does have insecure.
Indeed.
It has angry, guilty, and insecure.
Doesn't he have?
Afraid and hopeless. That's it.
I have nothing right now. Despite how I'm
Freya,
acting.
where do you go?
She feels that this reminds her of an argument she once had with one of her quote-unquote siblings. And so she is going to find a locker and close herself in. As it reminds her of her old room. No windows, nothing, just
Okay.
a door.
Alternatively, you could close yourself in a bathroom stall. That's also a pretty popular school kid behavior.
No, that has a toilet.
Okay.
Just want to sit on that.
All right. You close yourself in a locker, and you're all alone in the dark.
She's gonna pull out a little mini spray paint can, and she's gonna make her symbol on the inside of the door.
And you know
But-
what? You realize you're not all alone. You've got the skull medallion with you.
She's gonna hold it in her hand, and she's actually gonna start crying. Not loudly, just kind of like small.
All the
sniffles
crying!
and
Let's all
tears
cry
down
together.
her eyes.
This is going well.
You because of your crying and sobbing, you don't notice, but you hear a voice outside, and you recognize it's Lobo, and he's asking if you're all right. You don't sound all right. Is there anything I can do to help?
She'll say, I'll be fine in a while. And Lily is no longer her love. It is back to being Lobo.
Oh,
That's a shame, but they can change it at any point if they want to. So that's also sort of the play thing. Is like, you lose love, you make love, or gain love.
well done.
Gain rivalries, lose rivalries. Lobo says, before he walks away, he says, it's okay, but 66% score, you're still in a good team. Don't worry about it too much.
Oh dear.
We
Freya
could...
will
Okay,
continue crying in her locker for a little while longer.
Yeah, we're cutting over to Lily. Lily, where's the comfort spot? What is like a place where you'd go when you have grief?
Probably. Well, not the mothership. That's too far. So probably a garage where I can just cry while tinkering with a bike.
Alright, great. Jeez. Okay, alright. It makes it really hard to see, with the
A
tears all
friend
in your
hurt
eyes.
her. Yeah.
What are you building? What is it you would tinker if you're grieving? What are you grieving about anyway, right?
Well, it's But my friend betrayed me, basically.
Is that all you're feeling right now? Or is there
No,
more?
I'm being conflicted about the fact that she was being to Keith, and yeah. Did a really good job, though. Really did.
In your
Doesn't
head,
deserve that.
you're thinking about things humans do. A gesture that could fix this problem. Something you could do to, make yourself feel better next time you see them. Or anyone, really. What do
I'm actually at a
people...
loss of what you bet.
What kind of gesture would people do when they want to express that they feel betrayed by a friend?
Slap them?
Mark this as the one gesture you want to do. If it's appropriate to this... let me read up on that again. I think if it's appropriate to the situation, you get to get a bonus, and if it's inappropriate, you get a different kind of bonus, and it has like repercussions. So that is now your objective, slap someone.
Well, Freya specifically.
Well, anyone really, but if you want to slap Freya, go for it. Alright, if you do it and it fits, then you can shift a label up and down, your choice. If you cause a misunderstanding, collateral damage, or unintended consequences, then you mark potential.
Yay!
Also, you were giving Keith a high five today.
Yes.
Do you think that it caused misunderstanding, collateral damage, or unintended consequences in the process?
Well, it seemed to cause unintended consequences.
Then
Alright.
you get to mark a potential, yes. Because I reward you creating chaos.
Yay, I caused chaos. Yay, I got potential to get a level up.
Damn it! She's part of the chaos tournament.
Apparently.
Wow, if only you took a selfie. It's like you can pinpoint the exact moment her heart broken off.
Yes.
It's like that Simpsons sketch.
See, I haven't revealed I'm an alien yet. Let's see. I could be funky and do that. I can rearrange my labels as you choose and add +1. So no, that doesn't lock a label. I don't have anything that locks a label. Oh yeah, that's the 5 advances. God damn it.
Yeah, and also I think if you use a moment of truth, you lock a label.
Yeah, true.
Okay, alright. Yeah, what are you building though? I was distracted.
What am I building? I'm probably to start with. I'm probably just going to try and fix up all the superficial damage that's left on the bike.
Okay.
Just basic repairs. After that, no, she doesn't want to talk to her parents. I think she's just like she did last time. She was sad. She's probably going to have to open basically a holo communicator to May just crying her heart out, basically.
Mamie is very reassuring in that you've chosen a terrible place to vacation on.
Yes, I know.
And that you should
yeah.
probably leave there as soon as possible before you get any more hurt.
That's basically what I thought she would do, but yeah.
Yes, she's actually shifting your superior up and your mundane down. She's giving you advice, You don't have to stay in a place like this if you're not feeling happy.
She's raising my superior, you said.
Yes, because you're better than these,
my superior is already at 3.
Well, that means you take another condition if you don't reject it. Because you're feeling way too good for this world.
Yeah, I'm going to reject her.
Going to cause you problems. Alright, then you'll have to roll to reject her.
Crap!
Alright. Well, rejecting influence and you failed. Okay. That means you are gonna mark. Yeah, your words hit you hard. Like, yeah, you are better than these people, and what if you just leave? None of them. What are they gonna say about it? Also,
Yeah,
mark a condition, and I'll adjust your labels.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would
I'm
raise your
not
superior.
angry because of what you just said. Yeah, I am better than these people. They don't have a right to say these things to me.
All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, comfort and supporting them is gonna be harder, so I'm gonna lower your mundane. And
Right.
I'm gonna increase your danger because yeah, it makes you angry and you're like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. Load blaster pistol.
Yep. Right.
Keith, you were also going out of there. Ah,
Yeah. He is. And he's going out of the school ground and just beginning to head into the city. Just walking in his own thoughts.
okay.
Uh,
As you're walking the city, you actually notice that there's this. Wait a minute, that's that topless kid with the white hair that you battled in the lava arena. Just see him looking longingly at a storefront.
mm, he walks up to him and just poke him in the head.
Head poking.
Hey,
What
Yes.
kind of poking?
what the hell? He turns around and swats your arm away quite aggressively, and then he recognizes you and he says, "Whoa, bro, where's your click?"
Where's my click?
Yeah,
God damn this guy.
the dragon guy.
What are you doing in front of a store? Don't say, you're not planning to do something to it, are you?
Well, maybe I do. What about it? It's not like I can pay for anything. He actually looks off to the side. Seems like that was there's something more to it than his empty boast of what if.
Something's wrong?
Yeah. But what do
Come
you
on.
care? You're a hero, right? Your life's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a hero who just killed 19 dummies.
What?
Great hero, right.
He was interested for a moment and then he just keeps passively looking off to the side. It's one of those situations where you both have this quiet understanding of each other's problems, but are unable to say something to make the other feel better, it seems. It's like excuse the terrible misplaced metaphor, but it's like there's some ice between you that you just can't break.
Screw you!
And the ice is stupid ice.
I mean, keep in mind,
Is it-
I'm withholding a good amount of information just in case you want to make the piercing of the mask move, you know?
Is it a food stall he's in front?
No, it's one of those electronic stores. Got video games and new video game consoles and all sorts of other electronic stuff.
Gonna pierce his mask.
Alright, go for it. Roll mundane. I hope you're good at that.
Well, I have +1 to it
Nice.
because I have influence over him.
Oh, you're right, right. Okay, you can ask 3
thanks.
questions. Wow.
Well, what is he really planning?
Okay, what is he really planning? Okay, he was trying to steal a video game to play. It's pretty damn obvious.
What does he want me to do?
He kind of wants you to hang out with him. He actually wants to invite you home. Just, you know, brother and brother and all.
Hmm.
He wants to talk with someone who's like him.
But I already have influence over him. How could I get him to drop being a villain? Or to drop doing kids' crimes?
Okay, yeah. I think the best thing you could do, and the first thing on that way would definitely be to just be his friend and spend more time with him. Show him something else to do that isn't crime. The real thing that stings you in realizing that is like, what do you do that isn't hero stuff?
More hero stuff.
Well, flirts with ladies.
Yes.
And fails.
Shut up. Well, he knows how to cook. Wanna hang out? Hey, Phoenix, wanna hang out? I know there's a arcade place somewhere in the city.
Sure. I mean, I've got a few coins, so yeah, let's go for it.
There's definitely an arcade somewhere in the city.
Absolutely, there's plenty. Yeah, and if you know someone, you know someone.
Yeah.
Right. You go over to the arcades with him. If you need some playing yourself an easy relief, which is
Yes, hopeless.
Yeah, you can clear hopeless. You spend some time in the arcade with him, and he's actually, you figure, not that bad of a guy. He just complains about his father a lot. You tend to realize it's strange having someone talk about his family, and he actually then at one point you kind of felt coming. So what about your father? Is he like does he make deals with bad people?
No, he's a doctor. So you would say he saves people. But we are not really on... I'm not really speaking with my family.
Why's that? I mean, my family is all I got. If it wasn't for my sister, I don't know. I'd probably be even worse off.
Well, back when I was younger, I did something unforgivable.
You want to talk about it?
No,
I mean, come on, if you know about, bros and all, come on.
I just want to kick your ass in this fighting game.
Alright then, give it your best. We're both gonna roll 2d6 to find out who wins. Oh, he's good.
Oh, damn it!
Wow.
Damn! I'm not that good.
He's got some really good reflexes there. He's really fast with the keyboards there. He's kicking your ass so much the screen says, his character is on fire.
Terrible.
Oh, And it's totally a game where the character is actually getting on fire.
Totally.
Yes.
It's one of those fighting games where it's like very anime. Of course he's playing the fire guy. What kind of... If you were in an arcade and you had a fighting game, what kind of character would you pick? Would Keith pick? If you had to make one up.
A guy who's really, bulky and wears sunglasses.
Alright, there's plenty of bulky dudes with sunglasses in fighting games.
Exactly.
Sonic Boom. Okay, yeah, you spend the evening together and it's super fun, and in the end he gives you like his address if you ever want to come visit. Just, say you're a friend of Phoenix.
I'm gonna think about it. Oh, and Phoenix, please don't cause any more troubles.
Yeah, I want to say I can't promise anything, but my father's back home, so that's all the reason I did. And of course, the money. I mean, 10,000 would go so many ways for my family.
Oh, it's good to hear your father is back.
Yeah. So.
But at least don't destroy cars in front of the school, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. The mayor had it coming. Come on. Politicians are always crooks.
Well, can't argue with that.
Alright, see you around.
We'll see you.
Yeah, alright. Chaos.
Yep.
You find yourself at the end of the school day a bit confused and perplexed. Your team kind of went apart, and this time it felt like it wasn't... This time it felt like you wanted to do something about it, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
Where would you go to get help with that?
I think it maybe actually just go away.
Go away to where? With what goal?
Just vanish, basically. Maybe for a bit.
Yeah, okay. Alright, do you want me to come up with something where you end up at, and we'll see about it next session?
This is a depressing episode.
Yeah, I know,
he
but
would
hey.
return to his supposed home.
Oh my. Would you know how to find that?
Maybe not at first, but eventually he'd probably wander there by accident and recognize
Yeah,
them.
you know what? If it keeps the story going, it's sort of this twist of fate. You just happen to. Okay, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, let me just note that down because there's probably something we're gonna be starting with next time, especially since May is also scanning for places with white robe people. So that's a way to get you back together.
Good point.
All right, and with that, we're kind of leaving this episode on a bit of a somber note, but it's sort of the, it's the mid section where all the heroes are presented with some rough patches that they have to go through, and the team is tested.
We were supposed to come together in this fight, not.
You did come together. Surprisingly, you worked very well in this fight, and you did better than any other team. But in the end, you have to learn to accept each other and come back stronger. In the story, the heroes work through their troubles and end up stronger than before. So that's what you gotta focus on, and you should.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what's gonna happen with Hales next.
Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with that. There's a lot cooking in that front as well, which I didn't expect to come up early. So there probably are some strong hints that you'll recognize later. Let's see what happens. See, this is the thing. We play to find out what happens. Nobody could have predicted this ending. and I'm happy it happened, even if it's a bit of a somber one. No problem.
It's kind of amazing how a high five turned into this.
Yep.
Yeah, this is just how roleplay goes sometimes. The strangest and smallest of things turn into something that runs on its own. And I'm just sitting here reaping the rewards, switching some labels. Let's start with Freya this time around. How did you grow? And keep in mind that was also including last session.
So, through Lily's actions, Freya has grown away from the team and will remove Lily's influence.
Didn't do anything wrong though.
You did all the things wrong. No. And then I'm actually, upon her thinking about things in her own little corner, in her own little locker, she is going to change her love to Haos and her rival to Keith. And she wants to overcome her fear, and Keith basically is the embodiment of her fear, so she must overcome it. So Keith will gain influence over her.
Alright. Yeah, that's an interesting turn of events. Let me just note down the new love interest here so I have it on my notes.
That wasn't unexpected.
Who's actually your rival, Keith? Do you remember?
Freya.
Okay.
It stands in the lowest of my character sheet on the passive moves.
Right. I just was curious. Speaking of you, Keith, how did you grow? You did some amazing things there. That Oni is gonna have one heck of a hangover.
The thing is, it could actually be all of them.
Indeed.
It could be all of them, but I think he's... Nah, he's not... Did he grow into an image of himself? He did, destroy 19 dummies.
I just realized how I actually could have comforted her. Lay.
Yeah, you're gonna have a moment to tell us that once it's your turn, sure.
But then again, he could also grow closer to the team, considering that they worked well together. Well, at least him and Lily did, and Freya. He didn't listen.
Okay.
But then again...
he at least fulfilled his role within the strategy, right?
That is true. But then again, considering all the things Freya said that hit Keith really hard, he could also grow away from the team. It's hard to choose.
I'm gonna give you some time to think and move over to Haos now. What was it you were gonna say to her that could have completely changed the fate of the universe?
Actually, more like use wish I could be.
You always forget about that, but you still have to figure out something to say to her.
Yeah, I know.
What was it?
I think it would have been basically like, I wish I could be normal like you are. I mean, in comparison, she's this just ordinary girl with high-tech gadgets. If you think about it, that's how he sees her.
Alright, how did you grow?
Not into his own image. And not closer to the team.
I have a great idea for next time with you.
But I'm not gonna take away influence.
Okay.
Or I could grow closer to the team, but that would be Freya in that case.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think I will. Closer to the team, Freya, because she stood up for him, and she's gonna get the influence over Haos again.
Oh man, Haos.
I don't
Haos,
think
baby.
which upgrade I should take.
You're giving me a golden
What?
opportunity here on a platter. Oh man, you guys are all sitting on the same toilet as a whole shitstorm that's gathering.
Oh dear.
I didn't intend it to be this big, but you know, smells to the sky now. So grow more
It
into your
happens.
own image of yourself. Heos?
No. Close to the team.
Closer to the Freya,
Freya.
specifically. Freya, do you have
She
influence
gets
over
influence.
Heos?
Yes.
Then shift his labels accordingly.
She will shift his superior up as she thinks that he's better than the rest of the team for siding with her. And can your savior go down anymore?
Yes, it's at 0.
Okay, then your savior down. You don't need to defend anyone.
Okay.
Wait, aren't you heroes? Isn't it supposed to be heroes who defend people?
No.
That's not his job. He just had to fight people. His powers don't hurt people with collateral damage, Keith.
Hey, he heard us. So you're saying that me and Jack were not collateral damage? You're not the only one who got burned.
Then again, you fired the firebolt, I think.
I'm not the fireball at you. I didn't fire a fireball at you. And it was because of Rachel that the ball hit Freya.
Right,
Not because
yeah.
I totally. Not
She
because it's
deflected it.
totally. Yeah, and it's totally not because I written in the stuff to Atom that he was going to try to direct the team attack against each other. No, not that's why.
Yeah.
Of course not. Cough.
Hey,
Cough.
don't shoot the messenger. Anyhow, good. You shift to your levels. Lily, how do you grow?
Good freaking question.
Did you grow into more of an image of your bike?
No.
Just-
I decided on what advancement to take for my potential. I took a move from our own book. I took the best of them.
All right.
When you comfort or support someone by telling them how to exemplify the best of parts of Earth for free instead of mundane.
All right. Nice.
Let's see, because I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, despite the fact I don't want to, that I probably just go away from the team, unfortunately, because Freya. She hurt Keith.
All right.
Keith hurt her.
And
Everyone hurt everyone.
And you said mean things to Keith.
Yes.
Well,
You had.
he did do the most collateral damage.
Yeah, but keep in mind he was not 100% of the collateral damage. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Freya. Mood influence.
good.
Okay.
All right.
Unfortunately, I would love to get you rid of my angry, but I guess they have to break something.
That leaves us with Keith.
Yeah. He's going to go into his own image. He did save a lot of people, so his savior goes up. But he did also destroy lots of dummies, so he's not better than anyone else. So his superior goes down.
Reasonable choice there. We'll see how this story continues next time. When
Oh,
Chaos
God.
carries the One Ring to Mordor.
Yes.
Keith,
Tend
did
to-
you ever give me influence when you made me your rival?
I don't think I did.
Oh
You
yeah,
have influence over
your
Keith.
rivals and love
Alright.
always gain influence over you.
That is true. That I totally forget. You have influence over Keith.
But now you have influence over Freya.
Because
Bum,
you're
bum,
her
bum.
rival. Yeah. Also, Chaos, you gain influence over Freya, if you haven't already.
I
Yeah,
already
that-
have.
Alright, right. You shift his labels.
Had
I
it from the
remember.
beginning.
Never mind. Just making double sure. Okay then. It's been fun.
Hey, also Freya has this influence over each other all the time, like
It's going back and forth, either with rivalry or now it turned entirely around. That's how things go. Wouldn't have predicted it. I knew
I'm
they
gonna
would
laugh.
deal with it, but well,
I'm gonna laugh if either Freya is gonna end up as Keith Love or Keith is gonna end up as Freya Loves. Then I'm gonna laugh my.
Their burning hatred turns into passion.
Yes.
Exactly.
it's a cheap smut novel. No, it's a hero comic.
Now turn smart.
Close enough.
Oh, yeah.
Clear condition or potential since I grew closer to team.
Yeah, do tell us. You have to choose.
I only need to mark one more potential, and then I get myself a new advancement.
I think. I'm not sure which would fit the best, actually. I mean, I want to clear conditions.
Why did you go closer? How did that person make you feel welcome?
Freya, he grew closer to Freya because she defended him from Keith.
Okay. Let's see. What are your conditions? Look at those. Angry.
Guilty.
I mean, may I suggest, because someone stood, with your ideals and your opinions, that you're no longer insecure because you're not alone with what you think.
That could work.
Or perhaps having someone agree with you makes you less angry.
I think insecure is the better option.
Okay, yeah.
I think. Let's see. How do we clear those now again?
Guilty and angry. Guilty is make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt, and angry is hurt someone or break something important. Hurt someone important or break something important.
I think before he left the school, he might have wrecked a few things.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna be important, unfortunately, because if it's important, it's supposed to have ramifications. It literally needs to hamper your future efforts.
It's the mayor's car again. She just can't keep a car.
Indeed.
You know what? I would let that slide if it is so chaos. Did you just kick over the mayor's car?
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay,
let's go with that.
Yeah. Okay, then you can clear angry, sure.
It's the new my cabbages.
Oh no!
He wandered through the town and he just slams one of the cars into another.
I mean,
if you happens to be the mayor's.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now I won't have guilt left. Down to one condition.
Well, I'm down to 2, considering I started with 4.
Good job, everyone. It's been nice playing with you all. That was quite a session.
Yep.
Crying and so much feelings.
Yep.
It's like a soap opera. Everyone is crying.
Yep.
Dios míos.
And from
Cries and
from Chaos that is destroying stuff.
Freya.
Hey, Lily's emotional.
Freya's subtitles is just cries in K9. Or howls at the moon, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, of course not making fun of your character's feelings. They're very important to me as the master of ceremony.
Oh, you're totally making fun of them.
Hey, as long as I can make fire and ice puns, I'm happy.
You are terrible.
I am a wonderful, fantastic person. I just love him. Just keep coming once I start.
Don't get him rolling. Don't get him rolling.
No, I gotta stop myself.
We don't want it to turn into pandemonium.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta end the call here, otherwise I'm gonna get going with the puns. So, see you around. Bye-bye. And bye bye to the stream. See you next Monday or Saturday if you'd like to tune in for some Star Wars. Or Sunday if you're that Dark Heresy type.